Trevor Milton, the founder and former CEO of Nikola, will be spending the next 4 years, at least that's the sentence, 4 years in prison for fraud.
It is time. It's time for the lightning round. Chris Benson, number say and then the lightning round is over. Are you ready, Ski Daddy? Time for the lightning round, Cramer.
I think the passion, like EV is one of these spaces that is really a cult. Like, I mean, like, and it is, like Elon Musk started this, right? Like Tesla is the ultimate meme stock, cult stock.
Ayy, representing for my hood, ayy, never get misunderstood, ayy, run it up like I should, ayy, run it up till the clock stop, money moves like the pop lock, she love the breeze in the drop top, got her jumping on me like hopscotch, whoa.
All that and more. So let's get to it. Tesla stock is up in the pre-market almost 0.5%, sitting at $253.20. The stock appears to be going through a consolidation phase. With that being said though, I placed a $255 call yesterday to expire at the end of the week on the 22nd, with the aspirations that TSLA will reach about $260 by the end of the week. Since placing the bet, the stock has gone in reverse, but we've got a little time. As long as the stock doesn't fall below 250, I think we'll be okay. I'll pay closer attention to it a little towards the expiration date.
Trevor Milton has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in fraud committed at Nikola when he was the CEO. 2 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of securities fraud. The prosecutors were looking for 11 years in prison. The defense attorneys were arguing that Trevor Milton should be given probation, in part to care for his wife who has been ill. The judge ultimately decided Trevor Milton, the founder and former CEO of Nikola, will be spending the next 4 years, at least that's the sentence, 4 years in prison for fraud. I mean, if you were an investor and you bought into what Trevor Milton was selling when he was the CEO in the summer of 2020, you could make an argument. You could say, hey, look, you know, this caused me a lot of financial harm. And what the judge ultimately had to decide was, did that harm that was caused by Trevor Milton making the claims that he made, the wire fraud claims as well as the security fraud, was that worth a decade in prison, or was it worth much less? And ultimately, he decided 4 years was the appropriate term. Also, keep in mind that in arbitration 2 months ago, Trevor Milton was determined that he will have to pay $165 million back to Nikola. Wow. And just for one more thing to keep in mind, Kelly, he still owns 52 million shares of Nikola. Wow. So we're waiting to get some details from the courtroom in terms of what he will have to give up financially in addition to this sentence of 4 years.
Many of the Tesla shorts believe that Elon Musk is in the same camp as Trevor Milton. But the major difference between Trevor Milton and Elon Musk is Elon Musk surrounds himself with the most intelligent of individuals. Titans in software, battery development, and like-minded engineers willing to tackle some of the toughest problems known to man. Trevor Milton, not so much. That's gonna be a long 4 years. But trust me, it could have been worse.
It is time. It's time for the lightning round. Chris Benson, number say and then the lightning round is over. Are you ready, Ski Daddy? Time for the lightning round, Cramer. Doug in Connecticut. Doug.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yo, man. What's up?
I hope everything is going well. Hey, you got a big game on Monday night. Hopefully
it's a huge game. It's a huge game, and I don't like it to be on the road with the 12th man. I'm just very worried about Metcalf, frankly. How can I help you?
Well, you made a call on Squawk on the Street a couple of weeks ago on Rivian, and I got to tell you, right after that, I picked it up. I'm up 40%. I know
you be the man.
No one's lost money taking a profit, but what should I do?
Okay, so Rivian's up a lot, so I think I want you to take half off and let the rest run. I had a good call on Rivian because I think Rivian is the one that is the survivor, and I appreciate you calling it out for me.
I don't agree with a lot of what Cramer says, but that advice seemed pretty sound. Rivian making all the right moves, but has quite a long way to go. I'm pulling for you, RJ.
More Americans are investing than ever before. 58% of U.S. households own stocks in 2022, and that's up from nearly 53% in 2019. Pre-COVID, that's according to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances. And investors are seeing big gains this year. The S&P 500 up around 23% as we head now into the holidays. Here to dig into some of the biggest moves in equities this year is Rishi Khanna, CEO of StockTwits. Rishi, it is great to see you.
Great to see you guys.
Maybe to start start with you, just interested, what are your users talking about right now on the platform? What is interesting them? Is it stocks, meme stocks, crypto?
Yeah.
What are the top tickers?
So obviously the resurrection of crypto has been a big thing over the last few weeks or months, kind of. So you're seeing that reflected by the conversation around crypto itself, as well as companies like Mara Digital Holdings, right? Marathon Digital Holdings. But also, like, thematically, you see big interest in electric vehicles and all the stocks kind of related to that. Obviously, Tesla, the original meme stock, is always a perennial leader. But companies like Mullen Automotive, NIO, Fisker, Rivian, et cetera, right? So thematically, that's an interesting space. AI, right? Like, you can't get away from 2023 without talking about AI as much as like we might try, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes forward. And then, the Magnificent Seven, right? They are the leaders. If you look at our kind of top 5, top 10 lists, the Magnificent Seven are there across activity, interest, gaining new followers and stuff. So really, a breadth thematically, as well as kind of like a reflection of the markets as a whole.
Yeah, I was really interested in that Fed data that we quoted that said more than half of people now own stocks in the U.S., that I think 21% of them own single stocks, or they're direct investing in stocks, which is a record high.
Yeah.
I was really struck by that, because those are the people who were then coming on StockWits or Yahoo Finance and looking up information. What do you think is propelling that interest?
Yeah, so I mean, I do think the foundational catalyst of bringing a lot of people in the markets has been what's happened over the last 3-4 years due to COVID and stuff. But now, I mean, I think getting exposure to the markets and understanding, like, following companies, whether it is a personal thematic interest, right? Like, again, you see themes like cannabis, psychedelics, that world. You see themes like EVs and whatnot. But, biotech and drugs are another thing. So I think, that personal interest, but also people understanding exposure to single stock names are an opportunity, right? An opportunity to make money and make gains.
I cut my teeth on the Robinhood app with cannabis stock. As a military veteran, I believe psychedelics and cannabis can be great treatments for various different ailments that come from making the transition from military to civilian. Staunch believer in that to this day. So that's where I decided to cut my teeth, until eventually my mind's eye drifted toward that of Tesla. It wasn't until I bought the Model 3 that I realized, holy balls, this is the exact same feeling when I bought my first smartphone. And if I had this same feeling after trading in a Hyundai Sonata, making the leap to the price tag of a Model 3 and thinking that was worth it, I would not be alone in that thought process. And then all I could hear was, yeah. I started piling all my available funds into TSLA. For better or worse, I found myself in the options market using TSLA as my guide. It's been a rough ride, folks. Money lost, money made. Oh, we're getting better as we go.
Or lose money.
Or lose money. I mean, like, listen, it goes both ways, right? But would you have rather been in SPY or in NVIDIA this year, right? Like, and NVIDIA is not a small cap company, right? And so the interesting thing that the data shows you, and I don't know that people surface this, but like media and like music and like, Netflix came out with their report, stocks, since the demise of commissions, right, and commissions and trading. And so I think the stocks and these products move like digital products, essentially. So the distribution is very much a power law. Like, if you look at our data, it is a perfect, clean power law graph where you have the Magnificent Seven and the big guys that are up front, but the long tail of interests in names and stocks reflect like the variety of interests of regular, like, everyday investors.
In terms of themes and topics, Rishi, you mentioned AI, EVs, crypto. Were there any that kind of surprised you this year that generating interest?
That surprised me, not so much. I mean, I think, there is always the interest that you can't kind of predict. Like, I mean, EV is something I've been talking about for a couple of years, because we see the data and we see like a lot of interest fundamentally. But you do see like the interest in companies that have catalysts like bankruptcies, but they're big brand names, right? Like Bed Bath & Beyond is an example of that. And so, the spikes of interest in those types of companies, or like catalysts for like short interest, GameStop, I think, really made people pay attention to things like short interest in the retail community. And so you do see those spikes, which are less predictable. But I think, thematically, EVs have dominated. AI, I see being, I think we'll find out, is it, a fad or for real, like in 2024, across like all these companies and whatnot. But
I can't stop looking at Mullen when it keeps coming up as the #1.
Right.
It has been a disaster. It's a penny stock. So, like, I hope that the people who were looking it up aren't buy and hold investors in that thing.
Right. So that's a great, and Mullen's been a fascinating ride, right? But yeah, I mean, it's become, the questions around management and like all those, kind of issues that have surfaced over this last year, especially. But it's been 3 years running that it's been a top two stock 3 years running. Makes AMC and GameStop kind of look silly almost in a way, like, which is kind of interesting. But I think the passion, like EV is one of these spaces that is really a cult. Like, I mean, like, and it is like Elon Musk started this, right? Like Tesla is the ultimate meme stock, cult stock. Fisker has a similar following, right? Mullen has a similar following. Rivian has a similar following. You have Lord, right? And not to say these are good. Like, hey, some of them have real cars.
Right.
Some of them don't, right?
Bit of a slow news day, so I'm gonna give you my first night drive with Panda. The goal? 0 interventions and as few reports as possible.
Hold up, little buddy, what is you doing? Finna go hard, hard, hard. Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist. That for the squad, squad, squad. Know they gon' hate, do what I tell them. Get on your jaw, jaw, jaw. Work on smooth, I got the moves. I swear to God, God, God. Hey, I just dropped 200 on a new wave. Pull up with that in my boo thing. Pull up, got the party bouncing like the blue flame. Shout it back, can't knock my style when I drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me, watch me. Watch me drool, watch me ooh. I'm so fly, I'm so smooth. Mic check, I got the moves. Pull up in something that ain't got a roof. I'm so high, I'm on the moon. Whoa, they know I be chiefin'. And when I'm coming down the block, they know I be beatin'. Saucy got that drip, drip. Ayy, let's take a trip, trip. Ayy, water my neck, water. Water my wrist, wrist. Woo. I'm on the wish list. I'm so ahead of my time. Special delivery on me. Call me Amazon. Hold on, little buddy, what is you doing? Finna go hard, hard, hard. Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist. That for the squad, squad, squad. Know they gon' hate, do what I tell them. Get on your jaw, jaw, jaw. Work on smooth, I got the moves. I swear to God, God, God. Hey, I just dropped 200 on a new wave. Pull up with that in my.
Now, FSD Beta has a tendency to sit here way too long. I feel it's being safe. It won't stop individuals that are waiting for me to go from honking, but I wish a motherfucker would be so impatient enough to give me a bump in the rear end there. Wait your turn, sir. My FSD is still learning the mean streets of the Houston area.
Pull up, got the party bouncing like the blue flame. Shout it back, can't knock my style when I drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me, watch me. So fresh and so clean, ho. Do this for my team, ho. Hit 'em with a dance that they ain't never seen before. Yeah, we like to smoke good. I just got that pack in. But if I step outside, they play this song, I'm coming back in. True, ayy, representing for my hood, ayy. Never get misunderstood, ayy. Run it up like I should, ayy. Run it up till the clock stop. Money moves like the pop lock. She love the breeze in the drop top. Got her jumping on me like hopscotch. Whoa, hold up, little buddy, what is you doing? Finna go hard, hard, hard. Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist. That for the squad, squad, squad. Know they gon' hate, do what I tell them. Get on your jaw, jaw, jaw. Work on smooth, I got the moves. I swear to God, God, God. Hey, I just dropped 200 on a new wave. Pull up with that and my boo thing. Pull up, got the party bouncing like the blue flame. Shout it back, can't knock my style when I drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me drool, wait, drool. Hold up, drool, wait, drool. Watch me, watch me. I just dropped 200 on a new wave. Got the party.
날 상대하지 마 재미없잖아. You know that I don't wanna be with somebody less refined. 네 모델 love, you ain't enough. Not sorry, 그냥 가라 우리 가라 love love. Get a little crazy, 미쳐버려, oh you made me. one by you my one and only. Yeah, I'ma fight, make you mine, mine. Make me feel that yeah. 너 때문에 losing all my mind, 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 yeah. You make me feel that yeah. 너 때문에 losing all my mind, 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 yeah. 난 어디 가도 빛나는 crown. If you wanna play then level up, up. If you wanna feel the love, then level up. You know I'm right. 날 상대하지 마 재미없잖아. You know that I don't wanna be with somebody less refined. 네 모델 love, you ain't enough. Not sorry, 그냥 가라 우리 가라 level up. Sorry, 그냥 가라 우리 가라 level up. 너 때문에 losing all my mind, 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 yeah. You make me feel that 너 때문에 losing all my mind, 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 yeah. 난 어디 가도 빛나는 crown. If you wanna play then level up, up. If you wanna feel the love, then level up.
And we have our first intervention. There's a reason why the traffic is slowing up. It's because we've got a police car there protecting the shoulder and the immediate right lane, so a tow truck can drag away a waylaid vehicle. FSD wanted to pass it on the right when it probably should have passed it on the left and would have been just fine. But with 1.5 miles toward our exit, it's tough to tell what the FSD computer might have been thinking, but as soon as the FSD computer saw the emergency lights from the police car, should have gotten back into the lane and attempted to pass on the left. Intervention, report, not a perfect drive, but we keep it moving.
You know I'm right. 날 상대하지 마 재미없잖아. You know that 너 때문에 losing all my mind, 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 yeah. You know that 미쳐버려, oh you made me. 너 때문에 losing all my mind, 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 yeah. You know that 어디 가도 빛나는 crown. If you wanna play then level up, If you wanna feel the love, then level up.
Just it, just it, just it, just it. Because I because I Because I
The destination is right up here. It wanted me to go left and around. Our AI student driver FSD Beta 11.4.4 gets us to our destination with a couple of reports and a disengagement due to a fender bender caused by humans. Don't worry about that. In conclusion, former CEO of Nikola, Trevor Milton, sentenced to 4 years, on top of having to pay Nikola $165 million. I suppose when it rains, it pours. Jim Cramer endorses Rivian as a survivor. The retail investor has been the most active it's ever been. And I'm here to tell you folks, that trend is only going to continue to climb higher. And our AI student driver FSD Beta 11.4.4 has some minor hiccups, but gets us to our destination relatively quickly and most importantly, safely. That's all I've got for you today. Be easy.